They are as swift and agile in water as much as they are slow and vulnerable on land. And this probably is also the reason why Suresh Babu is out fighting their battle. The battle to save and renew the numbers of these olive ridley turtles.
The main threat is reduction of the ground breeding beaches. From very early days, turtle eggs has been a very delicious food of the beach community, and that is also a lucky catch, and that will be sent to other relatives' house and friends and etc. And now that any person see a nest, they will either they will inform us or they will bring the eggs themselves here.
Found in the Indo-Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, the olive ridley turtles have been classified under the endangered species. With less than 8 lakh nesting females left across the world now, it's a struggle to prevent their numbers from dwindling further.
Sea turtles are great conservators of fish species and maintaining their stability and availability of the stock, because they eat the jellyfish. Jellyfish eat the egg of the fish mainly, and if the jellyfish is increasing without any limit, then there won't be any fish egg and there won't be any species of fish. And besides, turtles also eat the poisonous herbs in the sea, bottom of the sea, and that also preserves the fish species, and that in turn is preserving the community itself.
Since 1990, when he incubated the first turtle egg, this has been a daily routine every nesting season. A walk on these beaches, a hope to find more turtle eggs, relocating them to a safer place, and then waiting for the little ones to arrive. 41,236 on last count. A sense of exhilaration he experiences on releasing the turtle that he is now trying to brush onto the next generation. Teaching them the importance, the connection with the environment, and even prodding them to bring to him any turtle egg their parents would have brought for the breakfast table. All building up to the ultimate goal, releasing one of these full-grown turtles back into the sea. The very idea that prompted Suresh Babu to garner local support and start this turtle conservation center at Kollavipalam near Calicut, a place where one could touch, feel and experience, in his words, the turtle effect. For Suresh Babu, this is the high point of all his efforts, the moment when he releases one of these full-grown olive ridley turtles into the sea. And this is an opportunity that he's willing to share with us today. And now it's a moment of hope and a prayer that this ridley turtle would come back on one of these beaches to lay its eggs the next breeding season. With Shailendra Kahar in Kollavipalam in Kerala, George Koshi. A butterfly hovers closely and then quickly moves away, swiftly going wheresoever her heart may freely say. To have but one moment of such an exquisite flight would be like a dream where all seems so right. An unknown poet mesmerized by the beauty of these winged creatures. Almost the same excitement in the eyes of these students of the Agricultural University in Thrissur. Having set up a butterfly park from scratch, it's studying them, learning as well as spreading the word that's now top on their priority.
Giving more attention on how to conserve animals or birds and all other species, but nobody is giving attention to conserve butterflies.
In butterfly conservation, we are conserving the plants also. So just it's like conserving the biodiversity.
If studying insects was the profession of this 57-year-old entomologist, nurturing butterflies his passion. And the various hues and shades of these pretty little things, something that's always hypnotized this butterfly conservationist.
Butterflies are very pretty organisms. They form the food for higher groups of organisms like birds, amphibians, reptiles and mammals. All the solar energy that is trapped by the plants and which is available in the plants is made available to other organisms with the help of this butterfly.
From the grand southern birdwing to the commander butterfly to the elusive southern duffer, this butterfly park, a dream child of Dr. Matthew, now sees them all. And this green hero now spends his time researching on the butterfly species in Kerala and documenting the native plant crucial for them to survive. Planting those specific saplings and also creating a movement against the use of pesticides, a crucial reason for the loss of many species.
Of late, many of these habitats have been affected. As a result, many species which were once very common in our homesteads and our villages, they have disappeared.
And the key to conserving the butterflies is by conserving the local foliage. Plants like the Krishna Kiridam or the Clerodendron, which are traditionally thrown away as weeds, attract even the rarest of butterflies like the Buddha peacock.
I was observing that some of the plants attracted butterflies, and they used to come there and lay the eggs, and the caterpillars used to come out, and then the butterflies started to remain in that area. Then people got interested, and some people came and they said it is a very interesting idea.
So even as the awareness spreads, Dr. Matthew's vision is now to spread the word. And that explains why hospitality chains as well as schools and colleges are now seeking his help. All too gladly, because what gives this green hero butterflies in his tummy is the hope to catch another rare one of them. Maybe a different species in his pursuit. In Pichi in Kerala, George Koshi. Every living organism in this world is important, and the death of even one minute species would greatly impact the larger food chain. Hello and welcome to HSBC Green Heroes, the show where we bring to you special people. Special because of their contribution to saving the environment. And today we come to you from the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, and with me, Dr. Arun Sakriya, also known as the Elephant Doctor. Doctor, one of the larger biospheres with the largest population of Asian elephants anywhere?
You're absolutely right, George. Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is a part of Nilgiri Basin Reserve, which harbors the largest global population of Asian elephant. And the significance of Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is that it has a lot of water bodies, and during the summer season there will be heavy migration of animals, especially elephants, from the nearby states like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So this habitat is crucial for the survival of this species.
So even as these wild elephants are treated here for diseases, there is yet another huge chronic problem that's affecting the river Yamuna in Delhi. Close to 6,000 metric tons of waste is dumped into the river each year, and cleaning it and ensuring the river stays clean has been the force driving Ravi Agarwal for over a decade now.
It's a river he has grown up with, and as the Yamuna dies a slow death, Ravi Agarwal just cannot take in enough of it. For years now, he has captured the ebb and flow of the Yamuna and been part of a larger campaign to save what's left of it. His activism might have been sparked off by the degradation of the Delhi Ridge and Yamuna, but Ravi's agenda soon moved beyond those causes. So Toxics Links, which he set up in 1996, now focuses on research and advocacy in the area of urban environmental health.
It was really relating to what's happening around you. And the issue of several issues around you are really toxics related issues. We're looking at air pollution, water pollution, solid waste or hazardous waste. The core of these issues are toxics issues.
The statistics are startling. Delhi alone generates around 6,000 metric tons of solid waste every day and almost 8,500 tons of biomedical waste every year. And safe disposal of this waste, especially the hazardous medical waste, is a challenge. It's Ravi's pet project. He lobbied for a policy rethink on waste management, and in 1998, the central government passed a comprehensive legislation and put in place strict guidelines, especially for hospitals.
People are not doing what they're meant to be doing. People are meant to be segregating the waste at home, being conscious of what they throw, asking for products with less packaging so they have less waste to dispose of. At the other level, the city does not know what to do with the waste.
There's much cleaning up to do if we are to breathe easy in the city, and Ravi is looking at roping in other partners to meet the challenge. Keeping him company on the journey is the river that remains his first love.
And traveling these jungles is just not a piece of cake. Getting stuck on one of these wild trails is just about piece and parcel of their work. Almost similar to the difficulties of Vijayendra Singh from Rajasthan, whose efficiency has helped revive every traditional form of water conservation in the book.
गांधी जी कहते थे कि ये प्रकृति, ये सृष्टि सबकी जरूरत पूरी कर सकती है, लेकिन एक व्यक्ति का भी लालच पूरी करना बड़ा मुश्किल है.
A different voice, a different time. But it's with these words that Mahatma Gandhi, more than half a century ago, gave India her earliest lesson in ecology, that of resource conservation. And their words, the waterman of the country, Rajendra Singh, has based his life's work on. This Magsaysay Award winner, revered for turning once barren districts of Rajasthan into an oasis for its people, says it was Bapu's vision that first influenced him.
इस इलाके को भारत सरकार ने डार्क जोन घोषित किया था. डार्क जोन का मतलब है धरती के ऊपर भी पानी नहीं है और धरती के नीचे भी पानी नहीं है. वैसी परिस्थिति में बापू का जो दर्शन है वो तो अपनी धरती से, सृष्टि से और प्रकृति से सीख के करने का है. इसलिए मेरे मन में भी वही बोध था.
Thanks to the work in rainwater harvesting by Rajendra's organization Tarun Bharat Sangh, water bodies now dot the desert landscape. And women like Bachi Devi, who once walked kilometers every morning for a single matka of water, now get this precious resource a few meters away.
Earlier I had to travel far off and many times for water. Now life has become better.
But Rajan Bhai has ensured that Gandhi's values here run deeper than conservation, through rural development and local self-reliance. And it's this power of local autonomy that has helped villagers take some tough decisions towards conservation.
Techniques like rotational grazing, not allowing cattle to graze in vast areas of land at a time, for camels as long as 7 years, has in fact helped restore the flora and fauna of this region.
So, one of the most significant environmental movements today draws inspiration from none other than a very modern Mahatma.
There are dangers lurking at every corner in these jungles. On the other side of the break, we take you on a jungle trail to the post-mortem of a wild baby elephant.
This is Network 18, and you are watching CNN-IBN.
So even as Dr. Arun Sathya here tries to diagnose the reason behind the death of this elephant, there is another story of a teacher couple from Kerala, of Gopalakrishnan and Vijay Lakshmi from Sarangi in Attapadi. Their story is of utmost determination and perseverance to give back to nature what humankind has stolen from it.
Agave plants that act as firefighters in case of a forest fire. Bamboo groves that help bind the soil and prevent erosion. Rainwater harvesting to conserve water, and revival of traditional forms of agriculture and forestation. Just a few things that has helped revive the natural green cover of Sarang Hills in the western Ghats of Kerala, a place that had once gone barren, now regaining its lost glory thanks to the efforts of this couple, Gopalakrishnan and his wife Vijay Lakshmi.
We came this land. At that time, this total hill was barren. Only 5 mature trees are there.
Teachers by profession, their trip here was an unplanned one. A search for a place to set up an alternate stream of education transformed itself into a quest to unveil nature's best kept secrets of survival, of reviving itself and prospering.
Now take for instance this check dam, which was built merely by intertwining bamboo sticks, filling it up with the sand taken in from the reservoir here and strengthening it by planting this bamboo groove. The result though has been the revitalization of the water table here and of the vegetation as well.
We practiced many methods but failed.
But the nature began to do its own work.
Walking these expanses, their method had logic. First to arrest the rainwater from flowing away, for which they planted bamboos across streams. Then the water had to percolate into the soil. These percolation pits helped that cause. So much so that their house too is built with a network of pipes and flow channels to ensure not a single drop of water is wasted.
We collect the roof water in a tank and we use that water for drinking purpose.
The result? The return of the green cover and natural forest initially in these hills they worked in, that then spread across hundreds of acres around the Attapadi Biosphere Reserve. This brought back the rain clouds and thus the possibility of cultivation, resulting in residents like Munnikoya who had moved away to return.
We had left this place because there was nothing here. Now the forest cover and water have returned, so we've come back.
A success but not the goal yet according to Vijay Lakshmi and Gopalakrishnan, still striving hard to spread awareness on the reasons for the loss of green cover. Also practicing natural forms of cultivation by mulching, a process of naturally reviving the water content in soil. They feel the future generation can grasp better.
Nature has its own way to regenerate. See, we have to help nature to protect our land.
But we have to spread the idea outside Attapadi.
A prayer he hopes find a few ears. Even as these drops of water stand testimony to what we are losing out, this is just the tip of the work yet to be done. As these green heroes say, the sooner we wake up, the more we'd gain. To find out what caused this elephant's death, we headed to the doctor's lab.
Sample would now be tested here in this laboratory, the first molecular level testing laboratory for Asian elephants anywhere in India. Doctor, you have a few hunches about this sample you were saying.
On the Grove's postmortem examination, we found a type of worms, a nematode parasite. It's called Grammocephalus. It affects the bile duct, and that can be the cause of death and by damaging the liver. Along with that, we used to test for many important diseases like herpes.
So even as that sample gets tested for a host of diseases, there's also a story of Shamji Bhai Antala from Dhoraji near Junagadh. Also called the Pied Piper of the Saurashtra region, his story is of utmost determination to ensure his dream of one recharged well for every 5 acres of land. Anu Jogesh has a story.
12 साल तक मैं हर साल सारे सौराष्ट्र में गाड़ी लेके घूमता था। 4 साल उसमें जो सूखा कहा था, तब मैं देख रहा था कि पानी के बिना किस किस तरीके की मुश्किलें लोगों को आती है।
Every time it rains, Shamji Bhai utters a silent prayer. He understands the value of water and what the lack of it does to people. In a land with severe water scarcity and a hostile climate, he's managed to do the unthinkable. Ensure water to farmers in the Saurashtra region, even during dry spells. He's called the rainmaker of Gujarat, but he's neither an engineer nor a farmer. He's a 75-year-old crusader, driven by a simple idea: getting farmers to recharge open wells by diverting rainwater into it.
मैंने सोचा कि अगर सौराष्ट्र की समस्या का सॉल्यूशन इस कुएं पानी डालने से हो सकता है, कारण कि सौराष्ट्र में 7.5 लाख कुआं है, तो अगर हर किसान को समझाएगा, कुछ कोई किसान करेगा। ये दोनों पाइप जो है वो ये हो रही है।
Shamji Bhai realized that there was a well after every 5 to 6 acres of farmland in the Saurashtra region. And it was here that farmers could not only